There's no reason why we're not making $100,000 off content creation this year. I just don't understand the problem with people having big dreams, big goals. Like, what's wrong with people having the audacity to want more for themselves? Some of the most successful people that we know came from nothing. Success is possible no matter what you come from. Bestie, this year, I'm making at least $100,000 off content creation, and I don't got no problem telling you how. What's up, Bestie? I'm going to tell you 6 different ways to make money off content creation, 3 different things you absolutely need to know, and 1 thing you absolutely need to do. Come on, let's get right to it. I'm not even going to lie. I wasn't even going to record this video because it's all stuff in the background or whatever, but if I don't record the video because there's stuff in the background, are we even really best friends? Like, why wouldn't I be able to call my best friends if my house is dirty? So if you watching this and you worried about what's going on in the background, bitch, be going, because you don't even belong here. We ain't like that. And because we best friends, I already know what you're thinking. How the hell does she know the 6 ways to make money, the 3 things I need to know, and the 1 thing I need to do? After spending 5 years as a brand strategist helping small to medium-sized businesses grow their audience on social media, I think I know what I'm doing. On top of that, I've read every book, did a case study on all my favorite influencers, and started a brand new page just to make sure I knew how to gain 1,000 followers in 30 days. There is a big distinction between a content creator and someone who is getting paid to create content. Like, if you just pick your phone up and you start recording and you post that video, technically you are a content creator. The goal for me, and since you're my best friend, I'm pretty sure that the goal for you is to not just post content, but to get paid for the content that we are posting. So I want to get into it. I really want to talk about how I'm going to make $100,000 this year off content creation so that you can do it too, because why not? Like, we're in this together. At the end of the day, I am you, you are me, you are my manifesting bestie, I am your manifesting bestie, and we need to manifest this money. The thing about being a content creator is that you have to be an entrepreneur. And most of us were not raised by entrepreneurs. We were not raised to be entrepreneurs. So you first had to learn what it means to be an entrepreneur. I love to look up the definition of something so that I know that I'm very clear on what it is that it means and what it is that I have to do in order to fulfill that meaning. So to be an entrepreneur means, or an entrepreneur is, an individual who creates, organizes, and manages a new business venture, taking on financial risk in hopes of making a profit, often by bringing innovative ideas, products, or services to the market, driving economic growth and job creation. Let's sit on that for a second. Let's sit on that very last part. Bringing innovative ideas, products, or services to the market. I'm telling y'all, this is why being a content creator works, because brands need you to provide innovative ideas to promote their products so that stuff sells. When you become a content creator that wants to make money, you have to be prepared to be original, to think outside the box, to get the work done, to show up when you don't feel like it, and know that nobody is going to be giving you the step-by-step directions. Honestly, the only way to figure this stuff out is to watch videos like this. So you took step 1, but then you got to keep on stepping. And today, we're going to figure out what all them steps are together. It's really important that you understand that being a content creator that gets paid is the same thing as being an entrepreneur. Because when you put yourself in the shoes of an entrepreneur, you start to work harder for yourself. You start to realize that your results, meaning how much money you earn, is connected to how much work you do. So the more content you put out there, the more money you will make. The less content you put out there, the less money you will have. These things are connected. If you're thinking as a content creator, you're like, oh, I'm just going to record my videos, I'm just going to post my videos out there, and I'm just going to hope for the best. That's not what an entrepreneur is doing. An entrepreneur is being extremely strategic about their time and their money, because every second and every dollar counts. They need to know where their money is going, where their time is going, so that they can evaluate their results. You won't know what type of profit you're making if you're not calculating how much time you're spending on this and how much money you're putting into it. And the thing about it is, just because you're putting time and money into it doesn't mean you're going to be successful. That time and that money has to be spent wisely. So let's talk about the 6 things that you need to do to make sure you ain't leaving no money on the table. First things first, the super obvious, the one thing that every content creator wants, the one thing every content creator needs, brand deals. Brand deal is an opportunity that comes to you when you're in position to receive it. If you're not in position to receive a brand deal, then you will not receive a brand deal. What does being in a position to receive a brand deal look like? Are you clear about who you're talking to? Are you clear about what they need from you? And are you clear about how this brand can solve that issue? So what is a brand deal? A brand deal is an agreement where a company pays or provides free products to a content creator or influencer in exchange for promoting the brand's products and services through sponsored content, like a social media post, a video, a blog article, and obviously they're aiming for a mutual exposure and ultimately sales. Wondering how you be in position to receive a brand deal? Here are the questions you can ask yourself. Do you know your target audience? Like, are you clear about who your community is? And if you are clear about who your audience, who your community is, do you know what they're struggling with? Do you know a problem that they're facing? Do you know something that they're going through? If you know who your target audience is and you know a problem that they're going through, do you have a solution for that problem? That's where these brands come in at. When you know what your audience is going through and you can identify a solution to that problem, you can start to find brands that offer that solution and you can reach out to them. Of course, I hope that you go viral and the brand sees you. But if not, knowing this information puts you in a space where you can reach out to brands and say, hey, my audience is in need of this. I know that you have this service. Let me be the person to put it in front of them. And the best part about this clarity is that you will most definitely reach the goal of the brand deal, which is ultimately to get them sales. I know nobody wants to tell you this, but the brands are working with the creators because they want to get sales. So if you're not putting yourself in position to get those brands a sale, you're not going to have an ongoing relationship. So you might as well do it right from the beginning. Not only will that clarity help you with brand deals, it's going to help you with all the ways that we'll be making money as a content creator. So let's get to the next one. Affiliate links. Affiliate links are really popular, so they can be extremely annoying. If you don't know exactly what your community is looking for, you'll just be throwing links at them all the time. And nobody wants that. You want to be sure that when you're offering something to your audience, it's because you know that they need it. This way, there's no time wasted on your end, and there's no time wasted on their end. And most importantly, they're able to trust you more and more and more because every single time you gave them something, it was something that they actually needed. Now remember, we already said, if you're a content creator, you gotta be an entrepreneur. And that means you gotta have your mind on the money all the time. Brand deals and affiliate links are not the only way that you can make money. You are not bound to only working with brands. You are the brand. You have to start thinking about what you can offer to your community outside of what the brands have. Now, I'm sure you've heard of this one a million times. You may even be mad about some purchases that you made yourself. But digital products are still popping. A digital product can be an ebook, a planner, a web series, anything where the offer stays digital, right? Like you're not meeting up in person, you're not hopping on the phone. It's only on this screen or in their computer or on their phone. I'm sure you know what a digital product is, and I'm sure you even have a few regretful digital product purchases. But because you know your audience, know a problem that they're having, and you only offer them solutions, they're gonna be happy with what they buy from you. It's actually gonna solve them a problem. It's actually gonna fix the issue they have, and they're gonna come back for more. What might that more be though? You be offering them services, one-on-one sessions, calls, group meetings, events. What's something that you're good at that you can actually do for other people? Because that's a whole nother way to make money. It is still a part of content creation because you will need to make content in order to even promote these services. You don't have to show up every day on social media and only work for the big brands. You can work for yourself too. It's time that you get comfortable showing up because that's how you're going to get that $100,000. Merch should never be left off the table. Merch is simply a physical product that your community members can buy to one, support you, and two, feel more a part of this community. And this can be a wide range of things. T-shirts, hats, keychains, notebooks, planners, anything that you can ship to them or anything that they can pick up from you that makes them feel more a part of your community. Chef's kiss. Here's the thing about merch though. There's a lot that goes into it. If I'm being honest, you did do a bulk of the work already, but there's still some work to be done. You know who your community members are, you know a problem that they're facing, and you know something that you can provide them to solve this issue. But the question is, what actually makes sense? As an entrepreneur, you have to make sure that you're making a profit in everything that you do. So before you go out and just buy a whole bunch of t-shirts or a whole bunch of hats or a whole bunch of planners, make sure that that's something that your audience actually wants, actually needs, and that the price point that you're going to sell it for is actually going to make you some money. One of my personal favorite ways to make some money is to host events. Now, I'm not going to say that you make the most money in the world hosting events because so much goes into putting on an event, but I will say that the profit is extremely layered. Think about making a couple dollars and making real connections. Getting to know me through this camera is not the same as getting to know me in real life. So think about how you can put together events, bring people together, and really show them who you are. Yeah, you might not make a whole lot of money from it, but it will help you make money in all the other ways that we already discussed. Aside from the big three things that we already talked about, knowing your community, knowing their problems, and knowing the solution, there's one thing that you're absolutely going to need in order to make $100,000 this year. Honestly, you can watch this video 100 times, but if you don't have this one thing, none of this stuff is going to work for you. Audacity. Audacity is the willingness to take bold risks. The one thing that every successful entrepreneur we know has is audacity. At some point in your entrepreneurial journey, you're going to have to decide to be bold enough to do this shit that you've never done before. You're going to have to be willing to take bold risk. Do the stuff that your mom has never done. Do the stuff that your dad has never done. Do the stuff that your friends are not doing. And I know how difficult it is because I have the same trouble. That's why we're doing this together. That's why we're manifesting besties. If nobody knows what I'm going through, you do. And that's why I created this whole Audacity series. We need to start doing the things that need to be done to get to the places that we want to be. Change feels weird even when it's a good thing. Growth feels awkward even when you know it needs to happen. Do yourself a favor, ask yourself this. What separates me from my favorite self-made entrepreneur? What is separating you from your favorite self-made entrepreneur? What is it? I am officially building a community for women just like you and I. Women who want to do more, even know what it takes to do more, but for some reason, just keep procrastinating. Clear your Sunday schedule and be prepared to learn and take action. Now, you ain't gotta do a whole lot to become a part of this community. Only thing you really gotta do is subscribe to this YouTube channel, follow me on all platforms, and clear your Sunday schedule. Because baby, every Sunday, we will be learning a lesson and taking action towards our goals. Because that's the only way we're actually gonna be able to earn $100,000 this year. It's like everything always boils down to what are you willing to do to get what it is that you want. Truth of the matter is, you can't let anything stop you from getting what it is that you want. Things will come up, stuff will happen. That doesn't mean that it can't get done. Honestly, the worst part about being the first one to do something is having to do it alone. Because it's like, who's going to understand? Who's going to get what you're going through?